Province, Hawaii. So today let's talk about green moonstone. So green moonstone is found in several different countries: the United States, India, Sri Lanka, Australia, Burma, as well as Madagascar. So there's so many wonderful properties when it comes to moonstone in general, because there are several different types of moonstone: rainbow moonstone, black moonstone, peach moonstone, as well as white moonstone, and there is green moonstone. Now, majority or and all of the moonstones actually assist in emotional healing. And during this time, as the energies begin to shift for everyone, not just for Gaia, but it's shifting rapidly and accelerating all different types of energies that are moving everyone in all of their energetic bodies. And it can be chaotic emotionally, mentally, physically, as well as spiritually. And as healers, many of us do utilize crystals as part of our healing tools. Now, crystals cannot do all the work for everyone, although I'm sure there are a few that believe that and think that the crystals will do the work for you. No, they will not. You will need to do the work yourself, the inner work. Crystals are like a guide, a guiding tool to assist you along your path in life as you move through different situations, circumstances, and experiences. And these experiences can sometimes be very tumultuous. It can be very wonderful, calming, peaceful. Um, it can be anywhere. But during this time, it's everywhere. The energies for everyone is all over the place. And a lot of times people become unfocused, they're not in alignment, and they're at an imbalance emotionally, mentally, physically, as well as spiritually. Because there is so much going on, no one knows what's true, what's false. Everything is turned inside out and upside down for everyone. Therefore, perhaps many have to seek therapy. Many are going and moving through a lot of things that are surfacing for them that needs to be released and let go of once and for all, because it does not serve your highest purpose in life. So during this time, as the shifts of energy happen, it's becoming stronger and stronger for a lot of people. And a lot of people are probably wondering, what's going on with me? Why is this happening to me? Why? Um, Going within, you'll find a lot of answers. You really won't find a lot of answers on the outside of you. Within you is where all of the answers lies to all of the questions that you have. You already are well equipped and well empowered to answer all of your own questions. You only need but to tap into that authentic power of yourselves. Now, green moonstone is a one of a kind crystal that harnesses powerful goddess energy that reflects, illuminates, and nurtures personal progress. Its potent vibration aids in emotional healing, self discovery, and self care. Now, during this time, a lot may have forgotten about taking care of themselves. And self care is prevalent. Self care needs to be priority in each and every one of our lives, especially now, more so now, despite what experience you are growing through. You're not just going through it, you're growing through it. So, all of this can assist people with feelings of being stuck, having an inferiority complex, and being emotionally unstable. So that is very true that there are a lot of people that are unstable emotionally. And the energies, you know, do create that unstableness for all of our energetic bodies. And so it's good to perhaps establish some type of space for you, some type of sacred space that you can go within, meditate, recharge your energies and batteries within you, bring yourself back into focus, balance, and alignment with all there is, with all that you truly are. Go out in nature. Nature is wonderful for recharging all of your energies and all of your bodies. And to me, it just refuels, rejuvenates, and re energizes everything. I mean, even if you just go outside in your own yard, your own little garden, take walks in parks, go on a hike. You can either decide to hike alone or hike with others. I think it's best to hike with other people, more than one, just basically for safety issues. You never know. The third dimension, anything goes. Anything can happen and anything cannot happen. So it's best to go inside and ask your intuition. Should I go alone or should I go in a group? I think you should check in with yourself before deciding things such as that. But the green moonstone is another rare form of moonstone. This moonstone variety has a green color and pearly surface, characterized by its shine and radiance. Now, these are so beautiful. I really, really love these. I was able to pick up some of these green moonstones from the Tucson Gem Show that I went to in February. It was January, February. I went, and this is the only amount of green moonstone that I did happen to pick up. And I don't have green moonstone. So these are very calming, very relaxing, especially for your emotions. It really helps. And I know a few people that are unstable emotionally, and it brings as if they're lost. They're at a loss. There's so many things going on within them, um, as well as on the outside. But a lot of times, it's they're mostly hanging out energetically on the outside of them without checking in within them. And I feel that it's vital and very important to go within and just simply be still within and ask the self what is most needed at this time to help you and assist you, because we all have guides. We all have our higher self that is helping us along the way. So, green moonstone derives its name from its enchanting moon-like shimmer combined with its verdant hue. This captivating gemstone is historically linked to the moon and its cycles, revered to in various cultures for its protective and guiding properties. So ancient civilizations used it as talismans for travelers and believing it would provide safe passage, and it was often associated with fertility as well as love rituals. Now, in the realm of metaphysics, green moonstone is celebrated for its calming and balancing energies. And during this time, I think emotionally, we all can use that calming and balancing energies, myself included. I've caught myself going off the handle, and I throw myself out in the yard, and that's where nature just takes its place, and it just brings me into balance and more calming energies. And then, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I just made a, idiot out of myself just flying off the handle and stuff. It makes me realize and recognize that when I'm in that emotional space of just flying off the handle, it's like my vibration goes down, and I have to work that back up all over again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually put myself out there like that. I put my energy like that. That's just, oh, horrible. But then again, I allow myself to experience that experience and accept that I am human as well, not just spirit. So it's okay. It's okay to go off the handle. It's okay to get upset, but do your best not to dwell on it, to move along, see what was learned at that moment, maybe jot it down, or however you feel that is most healing for you in your growth and your path. And so, Green Moonstone is thought to also enhance intuition, emotional healing, and spiritual growth. Now, even crystal healers, we all often use it to align the heart chakra, fostering compassion and empathy. The stone is also known for aiding in emotional balance, creativity, and self confidence, making it a favorite among those of us who seek inner peace and harmony. So, a lot of this moonstone energy is so calming, harmonic, and balancing. And for me, it truly assists the emotional body greatly. And we all know that all the bodies are connected to one another. Therefore, if one body is out of balance, more than likely the rest is going to get off kilter sooner than later. And we try our best to bring them all back into balance. And at times, it can be difficult. Definitely can be difficult and challenging, but we do it one step at a time. We don't have to rush. Just do it as you feel that's best for you. And so it's thought to enhance the intuition and emotional healing and spiritual growth. And those are very vital as well to all of our energetic bodies. So this stone is also known, you know, to aid that emotional balance that is so much needed right now during this time, as all of the energies seemingly chaotic for not one person but for many. And this is global. This isn't just in our neck of the woods. It's not just in our state. It's not just in our country. But emotional imbalance is happening on a global scale. And so I think it's really vital to check in with the self, and see what is needed for you to assist, to help you balance the emotional energies. We all need help when it comes to all of these, you know, disruptive energies that are happening right now. And I have a tendency to go within and not allow anything to, as best as I can, to disrupt my energy field because it'll just throw me off course. And I'm sure you all know what that feels like, and many the same. And so, emotional healing, it helps soothe with the stress, anxiety, emotional trauma, by providing a gentle, nurturing energy. Intuition enhancement, believed to sharpen psychic abilities and intuition, and it is often used in meditation and spiritual practices. Our intuition is very important as well, and I feel that all moonstones connect with your intuition even more so. So listen to that intuition as well. So, physical benefits, it is said to support the reproductive and lymphatic as well as the digestive systems, promoting overall well being. So, green moonstones, gentle energy and profound metaphysical properties make it a cherished stone for those seeking balance, intuition, and spiritual growth. So, there's many ways that you can use green moonstone. And one of the most appreciated and loved ways is by using the crystal in meditation. You can use that crystal in your chakra healing sessions, whether you do it to yourself and or to others. You place it on the specific chakra centers, the heart. Now, the green moonstone is wonderful for the heart chakra as well as the sacral chakra. But the heart chakra, you will truly feel such an explosive healing there. And green, of course, is the color of the heart chakra. So, with its many uses, these come the things that we can take advantage of from this green moonstone, and physical healing, and benefits to all properties and mystical benefits of the moonstone. Now, mind you, I have to interject this disclaimer. So, while crystals have been used throughout time to heal medical and emotional ailments, the information, you know, is should be taken as entertainment only and not as medical advice. Please do consult with your own physician for all health issues. So, green moonstone is just fabulous to have, wonderful to have. I wish I did have green moonstone in bracelet form, in bead form. Unfortunately, I do not, and I did not find that at the Tucson Gem Show. Maybe if I decide to go next year, I'll put that on the list to look for that. But green moonstone truly helps in your wellness, in your well being, and it helps the emotional body, calms it down, brings it more into balance, brings itself more into alignment. That way, you are more at a space of wellness and well being as much as you possibly can. Always do your best at bringing the self in those spaces, especially now. There's too much going on and too much influences, too much sensationalization going on. Nobody knows what's true and what's not true anymore. And so, what I like to do actually is I just turn everything off. I just detach from all of this, nonsense that we see going on, either on the internet, on mainstream media, on all the social media platforms, because everyone can become sucked into all of these different conflicting types of energies and lose themselves and lose sight of themselves and whatever else, and get more deeper into whatever's out there. It's good to look at things in the space of neutrality and simply observe and not absorb. Remember to never take on anyone else's energies and know the difference between your own as well as what is not yours. Sometimes that is challenging to figure that out, especially if you're swept away in a lot of emotional things. It's good to remove yourself from places, spaces, people that you feel that no longer serve your highest purpose, that may perhaps even become toxic for you in some form, way, or shape. You never can tell. Sometimes we stay in situations that we feel that we need to stay. Why is that? Do we ask ourselves these questions? Why do I put myself in this situation when it's not benefiting me and or the others or other? We're just butting heads, we're just fighting, we're not coming to any sort of solution or conclusion that's of the highest purpose for all involved. A lot of questions that we do have, we should ask ourselves these things and simply meditate upon them. You know, we don't have to put ourselves in positions and or places, situations or circumstances that will not serve our highest purpose and or will not serve the highest purpose of others as well, that are at an imbalance. If the situation or circumstances are at an imbalance for all parties that are involved, um, then perhaps one must really have to thoroughly think that through to see if it is worth their while, worth their energy, because our energy is like currency. And so we spend our currency wisely. If not, if we spend that currency haphazardly, well, the consequences more or less will show up as well. So be very selective in how you utilize your energy. Be gentle and kind on yourself and your wellness and your well being. Always know that you are top priority. That is not selfish. It is only selfish when you are thinking of others and forgetting about yourself and not remembering and not honoring your authenticity, your authentic power, not honoring who and what you are. It is good to be of service to others. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. But it is also good to establish and implement a healthy space for yourself, healthy boundaries, some may call. Know when to say no, know when to say yes. You don't have to do everything for everyone. You don't have to, use up all your energy on everyone. Bring yourself back into alignment and balance and focus. That way you're better able to see with the greatest of clarity what you're actually doing, how much you're expending of your energies. You don't want to feel out of sorts. And it's not like you don't care, and it's not like you're being selfish. You're not being selfish. You're only taking care of your own wellness and your well being as well. When you take care of yourself, first and foremost, your wellness and well being, then you are better able to take care of others and be of greater service to others because you are being of greater service to yourself first and foremost. That way, you can help others along the way as well. But Moonstone, all the moonstones are wonderful. I love every single moonstone. Green moonstone, these are just beautiful. I simply love these moonstones here. And I know a lot of people that these moonstones will truly help and assist so much for them. You can also sleep with them under your pillow and get a fabulous night's rest. These are little assistants that have come here to help us along the way. They do have consciousness. All sentient beings have consciousness. And this color is just, to me, it reminds me of nature. Nature is so soothing, so calming, rejuvenating. I just love nature. But the moonstone encapsulates the emotional body, and it helps the emotional body so much, so much. And during this time, it would be best to have moonstone at your bedside. Have moonstone as jewelry, tumbled stone, any shape or form of moonstone, I believe would assist and help everyone during this time and bring everyone into a sense of calmness and relaxation and heal all parts of the emotional body to help, because there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Um, we're all susceptible to it, including myself. When I see things that are getting just hairy out there, I'm aware of it. I don't avoid it. I'm aware of it, but I'm also aware of my energy and my energy field. And I check in with the self and I see where I'm at as I'm watching or as I'm reading about certain things that are going on globally in the world. And I see how I am responding and or reacting to all of these things. Just by way of how I respond and or react only tells me and indicates where I need more healing of whichever body and or whichever chakras as well that are out of alignment. So I check in with myself as much as I can, especially when there's things that are about to just knock your bodies off kilter, and if it does knock it off kilter, it becomes very challenging to bring yourself into a space of, okay, I see myself doing this, because you may be caught up in it all. And when we're caught up in things, we don't see clearly, especially when it's emotional. When we get emotional, those energies are very powerful and it'll take you all over the place. They're so powerful that we don't even realize or recognize that we can actually harness that power of those emotions and utilize it and use it in a more constructive and productive and positive way. But you need to catch yourself while you're in it and create that shift for yourself immediately. Just, I mean, you, I think it's like throwing yourself off, at an instant and grabbing that energy and utilizing it for something constructive and positive and productive. That's right there. Use that potent energy. It's so raw and it's so potent, but that is a challenge. It really is a challenge, and it's a challenge for myself as well. But I've been able to do that, and wow, I mean, it's just whoa, it blows me away. And after that, I'm thinking, why don't I always do that? But like I said, it's a challenge. It can be easy, but it is a challenge to do that. But I believe if you continuously work on it and practice it and get the hang of it, you'll be an expert in no time. No time at all. And utilizing crystals, stones, especially the moonstone when it comes to the emotional body, will more so catapult you and assist you in these practices. So you might want to try something like that. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a good thing to try out. You never know. You never can tell. But give yourself that chance and opportunity to do whatever it is to assist and help you along the way. So I really, there's a lot of stones that I really resonate with, I really love, and I love working with, I love sleeping with, wearing and everything. There's so many of them. I can't really say any particular one. But Moonstone is really calming. There's a lot of calming stones, not just Moonstone, but you have the lepidolite, you have amethyst. Larimar is another one. Larimar is it's like when I wear Larimar, I'm floating out in the ocean. It's like major calming energies there. But the Moonstone, hmm, you can wear the Moonstone anytime. You want to wear it during full moon, you want to wear it new moon, half moon, anytime you can wear it. You can combine it with any other stone as well. I think it's most potent when you combine it with other calming and relaxing stones, such as the black moonstone, peach moonstone, rainbow moonstone, white moonstone, as well as labradorite, and amethyst too. You might want to incorporate Larimar with the moonstone. My gosh, you might really be out there in calming and relaxation land. But hey, anything that helps our emotions to sustain that calmness and relaxation so that we are better able to gather that balancing and clarity that is much needed during this time. So green moonstone, there's so many emotional benefits to that. And this crystal integrates and harmonizes the mind and body. And green moonstone is so perfect for emotional healing. You should know that by now. This crystal harnesses reflective energy as well, and that energy brings forth inner truths, clear thinking, and self awareness. It ensures personal growth and significant shift. Now, it also balances and maintains and promotes emotional balance. This crystal prevents mood swings and emotional instability. And there's a lot of emotional instability going on right now. So much of it. You can see it, you can feel it, you can sense it. If it's not coming from the self, it's coming from those outside of you. And, that's kind of hard not to see. But it's also calming, it has that calming power that helps with overwhelming feelings such as anger, anxiety, and emotional stress. It can help a person stay grounded even in conflicting and dramatic situations. That's another thing. When you're in those situations and it's everything is all heated and stuff, you can basically scatter yourself all over the place and lose yourself, lose sight of things. So get with that energy of green moonstone. Now, green moonstone also has this empowering energy to it, and it helps with reclaiming your personal power. This crystal heals and removes all self hate, self doubt, and self sabotaging thoughts and replaces them with inspiration, love, and acceptance. Now, I was speaking to a family member a couple of days ago, and we were talking about a lot of things, and I noticed that her emotional body was pretty much scattered. And so I was trying to assist her and, assist her and let her know what she was actually doing to herself. But she kept self sabotaging herself and saying, I can't. I don't know how. I can't. And I kept interjecting, you do know how. You have the power. Stop telling yourself these things. The more you tell yourself these things, the more you're going to believe it, and the more you're creating that reality for you. It'll come. You need to change and shift the way that you think, your perspectives, your definitions. I said you need to take better care of you. You need to have more of a positive outlook on yourself and just shift everything, change everything, write new stories about who and what you are and who you will become. It's very challenging. I told her, I said, it's a process, because sometimes people are so deep into it without realizing or recognizing that they've dug that hole themselves and can't get out. They had the power to do it. They have the power to undo it. Everyone does. I strongly believe that. Now, this crystal also emits potent reflective energy that reveals the inner self. Green moonstone also brings forth emotional freedom by acknowledging the authentic self. It ensures progress in your professional life or any endeavor that you might take. And also by recognizing your own emotions, it helps in breaking free from the emotional chains. So, green moonstone has a soft and mysterious nature, and it helps and strengthens the emotional body. It helps to bring one's senses into balance. It also helps to assist one in realizing acceptance and accepting things, surrendering and releasing. Simply just letting go. It also supports professional growth and ensures the long lasting success of a new professional venture. Green, remember the color green. Green, success, abundance. Now, when it comes to communication, this crystal advances self expression and communication. Green Moonstone assists in the compassionate and empathic way of relating with others. So, a lot of times when we're all caught up in these emotions, our communication lines are somewhat cut and it's spotty. It's not quite all there. And so whoever we're emotionally upset at, and the other party and or parties may be emotionally upset, there may be some type of miscommunication going on there and or misunderstanding going on. And this is where Green Moonstone comes in to assist and bring that balance back into the expression of one another, back into the communication lines to help heal that communication line and expressing what you're feeling, your thoughts, your heartfelt feelings and expressions. I mean, of course, you can't be communicating if you're both going at one another's throat at the same time. It's not going to happen. Nothing's going to work there. If one will step back, allow the other to say whatever they need to express, and then the other can do the same thing as the other steps back and say and express, perhaps maybe all parties can come to some kind of a solution, a balanced solution there. But communication is key in a lot of things, and you don't want to sever those communication lines and or distort them. So I believe that Green Moonstone really assists there as well in the communication lines of everyone. Now, Green Moonstone has a lot to do with self confidence as well, and it increases your self esteem. So, it also promotes versatility, adaptability, and resilience, and it enables you to trust the self and do things with confidence. That is very important. Now, mental clarity, the green moonstone bears striking vibrations that clear the mind. And that's what I like about this stone. It assists you in clearing the mind and it helps with a great solution to the problems at hand. And that's what a lot of us need during this time. So the green moonstone also can help you in manifestation. So this crystal actually emits a positive vibration that attracts positive energy and brings favorable outcomes and the best of life. It also brings joy and happiness. It promotes instant gratification and zest of life. A lot of us are deficient in joy and happiness. I think because a lot of things that are going on the outside, it's understandable in what we're all experiencing collectively and individually. It's very understanding, but you want to bring joy back into your life, bring joy back into your heart and happiness. And Green Moonstone really, really would help with that, especially with the heart. It has joy and happiness, has everything to do with the higher vibrations and the heart. Patience is another one. Green Moonstone has such a soothing feminine energy that can assist when waiting for something for long hours. It brings you patience. I know a few people that are very impatient with with the most minute things. But I believe that's part of their path, and part of their lessons in growing, but patience. And it does have quite a lot of feminine energy. Moonstone in general has feminine goddess energy. Now, when it comes to insight, by being fully aware of the thoughts and emotions, Moonstone can actually help obtain serendipitous guidance from the divine. And this crystal also reveals the truth about self and realizes the things that are no longer working for their highest good. Now, when it comes to wisdom, green moonstone can help with screening and filtering final thoughts. It helps to understand the surrounding emotions that come out of those thoughts. It enables the person to think logically and make better decisions. You know, you want to be able to think with the greatest of clarity. And a lot of times, when our emotional bodies are at an imbalance, we don't think clearly. We're not um, going in directions clearly. I feel, that's my humble opinion. I may be wrong, others, it may be different. Everyone is different, everyone is unique. But that's just my opinion. So, green moonstone also fosters healthy and harmonious relationships. And relationships should be solid, have solid foundations. Because I know a lot of relationships are falling apart during this time. And with the way that the energies are moving and shifting on our planet, through all sentient beings, including ourselves, throughout our DNA and all of our energetic bodies, the old has to go. And sometimes relationships have to shift and change and or be released and let go as well. Sometimes it's hard for people to let go. It's hard for people to let go of relationships, whether it'll be sibling relationships, friend relation, co-worker friends, family, aunt, uncle, parents, or husband and wife relationships. Sometimes that can be really challenging for people that have a hard time of letting that go. I'm feeling, sensing the reason being that it's hard to let go of those relationships because there is a glimmer of hope coming from one side, perhaps both sides, but maybe only one side. There's a glimmer of hope. But if the signs are pointing and showing you the way, showing you everything, you can't avoid that. You just cannot avoid that. And it's showing you the truth of the matter, the truth of the situation. Um, showing you a way out, perhaps. It all depends on the individual, their situation and circumstance, as well as the relationship and how it's flowing and or stagnant. So green moonstone would help. Now, green moonstone also vibrates blissful energy that promotes positive thinking and outlook in life. Enthusiasm. This crystal emits a potent vibration that brings that excitement and curiosity in life and living. It also helps understand others and relate with care and empathy. It brings empathy out. And It also emits the soft energy that promotes gentleness towards self and others, kindness. That's why I love Moonstone in general. It so nurtures all the bodies, but it highlights the emotional body and nurtures it where it needs to be nurtured. Get yourself some moonstone, green moonstone. Now, there are metaphysical properties to green moonstone, and in spiritual growth and development, green moonstone makes the shift smooth sailing and progressive. This crystal provides protection, aids with psychic development and expansion of spiritual learning. It ensures harmonization and balance of divine energy, divine feminine goddess energy as well. So, green moonstone also helps in reaching and tapping into the divine energy. It builds an uninterrupted connection between the mind and spirit. It allows easy access to higher knowledge. I believe reason being is it brings everything into balance and focus, clarity, and alignment that allows the individual easy access to that higher knowledge. Now, psychic ability, by having all the moonstone properties, this crystal aids in enhancing your psychic gifts. So if you want to enhance whatever gifts you do have psychically, green moonstone is fabulous for this. Now, green moonstone also is a powerful stone that protects the individual against negative energy. Now, we all know there's a ton of protective healing crystals out there. A lot of them are the dark ones, like black tourmaline, shungite, black obsidian, black onyx, a lot of these black stones. But there are also those that are colored stones, and green moonstone happens to be one of them. So, green moonstone maintains and also stabilizes the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within. That's where balance comes in. You're not just balancing the emotional body, mental body, physical body, spiritual body, etheric body, but you're also balancing the feminine as well as the masculine divine energies within you, because we have both. We have both the feminine as well as the masculine, despite our genders. And, there are times when I notice I'm like way on the masculine side. And I'm thinking, okay, I got to balance myself out. I have a husband. I don't need two husbands here. So I have to get my feminine energy back into alignment, and just balancing out the two. And so moonstone in general, whether it's green, black, peach, rainbow, or white, really helps with that and brings that balancing effect to the feminine side of you as well as the masculine side. And now when it comes to astral traveling, green moonstone aids in the spiritual journey, so it helps with the exploration of higher realms. And a lot of you do astral travel, so I find astral traveling to be a great joy. It doesn't cost very much, it doesn't cost money like it would in the physical realm here, when we gotta pay so much money to fly around the place, and we can just fly around even more better places astrally. So, spiritual development, green moonstone bears potent energy that assists with expanding your spiritual awareness. It aids with enhancing supernatural abilities, your psychic gifts. Bring them on more. It also helps with spiritual awakening and it promotes spiritual alignment and ascension. Green Moonstone helps the individual in the spiritual shift. It gives guidance on the spiritual journey. Now, we all need help during this time, during this ascension, spiritual shifting time, however you define it as, whatever you call it. But hey, Green Moonstone will definitely help you. And when it comes to your intuition, Green Moonstone aids with that spiritual understanding and learning. It allows seeing connections and meanings of other related things. This crystal enhances your intuition. So if you want more enhanced intuition, Green Moonstone will assist and aid in that for you. It also provides guidance and strengthens the moral compass. And so I just love these moonstones, green moonstone, whether green, black. I mean, they're all wonderful moonstones. You know, the moonstones actually help in transitions. And we're all going through transitions right now, in this now moment. And so these transitions are deals with personal growth, significant shifts, and spiritual transformation. Everyone is growing through this, myself included. You know, so Green Moonstone, hallelujah. Like Green Moonstone also helps with safeguarding your personal electromagnetic field, your aura, your energy. It's a wonderful stone. I think the best way to utilize Green Moonstone would be through meditation and grounding because Green Moonstone harnesses the feminine goddess energy of the moon and it's an effective tool to use in meditative practice. So this crystal induces relaxation and calming energy and helps explore deeper emotions and true feelings. Green Moonstone also helps reveal and discover these hidden truths about oneself, enabling an individual to reflect and accept this part of them. It will expand your understanding of yourselves and resolve inner conflict. And it also aids, through your travel. Like I stated before, astral traveling to other dimensions and helps acquire higher knowledge and wisdom. And its guidance can help with everyday life circumstances. The emotional body needs actually all the help it can get, especially with us here on this planet Earth. A lot of us are really, um, I think our emotions have like a hold on a lot of us, and we're having to learn how to deal with that and how to bring it into balance and alignment. And what better way and aid and assistance would be is to utilizing green moonstone. And green moonstone is just simply wonderful. It's wonderful for all the chakras in clearing, all the unstable mood swings and, clearing out emotions that just does not serve your highest purpose. So it's great to utilize it on each and every one, I believe, on each and every one of your chakras because it strengthens them and clears, breaks up the emotional patterns that we've been holding within ourselves and creating through who knows how long. Might be decades for some of us, and we don't even know, and it's stuck in us, So having a chakra clearing session utilizing Moonstone, I think would be very, very beneficial for all of our energetic bodies and chakra clearing. So that would be it would be like a detoxification of the energy centers. That would I think that would be really wonderful for all of us. But there's a lot of combinations that you could utilize with this greenstone, bringing in other energies alongside of green moonstone. That would really, really help. You can pair it with so many different types of stones that would more than likely amplify their power and intensify the intention. When you bring it together with all these different stones, I think rhodonite is a wonderful stone, combined with green moonstone, with this pink gemstone that fosters deep emotional healing. And they will provide self love, acceptance, and compassion. That would be a powerful, powerful healing combination right there, in and of itself. And they're both heart chakra stones. So, hey, you might want to try that. There's also green preterite, which can amplify green moonstone's energy and assist with spiritual growth and expansion. You can also combine it with green jade. Green jade is a stone that brings luck and abundance, and pairing it with green moonstone enhances the manifestation energy. So it also adds power in attracting abundance in all shapes and forms. So if you're looking for abundance, um, you're looking for manifestation, manifesting wealth, success, abundance, try that. Pairing green moonstone with green jade. Carnelian is another good one to pair with moonstone because it can boost motivation and energize the individual and foster courage in pursuing goals. So carnelian is a go-getter stone. If you don't know that by now, it has motivation, confidence, and it's an action stone. And when you wear or have carnelian around you, you can't sit still. I find that if I use carnelian alone on its own, my gosh, I cannot sit still. I have to be doing stuff. I got to do this, that, this. It brings me into such a laser focus of getting things done, taking action right then and there, and not letting anything slip for a second, a day. It's pretty much immediate. So it's an action stone, and it's really good if you've been in a funk and you don't know what to do and you're just out of it, and you're kind of like your direction is you're not sure about direction and stuff. Carnelian is an excellent go-to stone because it'll motivate you. It'll light a major flame under your buttocks, and it'll get you going. It'll get you moving, taking action, and you have confidence and lots of motivation. I mean, it's a go-getter stone. So you might want to consider, you know, you can use carnelian alone, and or you can pair it with the green moonstone because it boosts the motivation and energizes and fosters courage in pursuing goals. So this is a great combination here to help you take charge of things and take action in doing things. But like other stones, green moonstones need energy replenishment. So you want to place this crystal outside in direct exposure to the energy of the moon on a full moon. and leave it overnight. You can put the crystal in a bowl of salt for a few hours, or you can place the moonstone crystal under direct exposure to sunlight for a few hours. You can also strike a singing bowl or a tuning fork and clear the energies attached to the stone. You could also run it through water. And if you have a beach or you go to the beach, you could take it out there in the ocean as well. There's many different ways of replenishing and clearing the moonstones and recharging it. But one of the greatest ways is under the full moon. So usually the full moon, when you recharge stones with the full moon, you have the day before, the day of, and the day after. Those 3 days are the most powerful days of recharging and re energizing your crystals. So that's just one way. But the other ways, you have multiple ways of re energizing and replenishing the recharging of energies of your moonstones. Oh, so yeah, so that's so wonderful in moonstones. But I know I talked about some other stones as well. Maybe later I'll go more into depth with the other stones as well. But I basically wanted to speak upon um, moonstone and green moonstone because you know a lot of us need a lot of emotional assistance and aid during this time. And a lot of our energies are becoming scattered, and we need to bring that back. We need to harness our energies back to ourselves, back to our own authenticity, our own empowerment, and be able to bring that back into balance, focus, and alignment to better able to see with the greatest of clarity, better able to help assist ourselves in bringing us back to wellness and well-being in our emotional body, as well as our mental and physical, spiritual, and etheric as well. So, this is about it for today, and I am hoping that you are all well. And I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit about green moonstone. Um, yes, so have a wonderful day and aloha.